Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today is Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. Yeah, that's great. I gotta fix that. My name is Jeremy. This is my first cup. What's going on? How was your Monday? How'd you sleep? What did you do? Did you listen to the new episode of Martial Arts Radio with Gene Myers? I don't know. All the things. Tell me everything. Tell me what's going on. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning to all the rest of you. Whether you're watching live, later, listening, thanks for coming by. Yesterday was one of those Vermont days where, once it warmed up anyway, it was absolutely beautiful. 77, 78 degrees, sunny, little bit of a breeze. It was just perfect. Good morning, Brian. Stacy's excited she can return to the office today. Yesterday was the first day, I think, in a few weeks that I hadn't taken a nap. I don't know if I shared, but fairly certain at some point, I don't know when, because there were no positive tests or even me taking my temperature every day didn't show anything, but pretty sure I was positive at some point. Because I've had the fatigue that so many people have described. And yesterday was the first day I did not take a nap. I've been taking naps like crazy. But I'm feeling better. So, morning also to Nathan and Jenny and Frank. Frank's asking to show the shirt. So this is an Eric Thomas shirt. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. And then on the back it says, then you'll be successful. Eric Thomas is a motivational speaker. He's got a bunch of content on YouTube, and somebody that when I'm in need of some motivation, I will turn to him. He does some good stuff. I like him a lot. Dennis says, I'm going to play it safe and stay home a few more days. Ha, ha, ha. So yesterday, let's see. Gym, grocery store, made some food, did a bunch of work. It's nice that I was actually able to get into a little bit of a groove, getting some work done. The last couple of weeks, I've had 30 to 60 minutes at a time before my brain just, and then I would need to go lay down or take a break. But tasks were falling off the list to the point where I even got to set up my new patio umbrella, which means once it's not, 30 degrees outside, we might have an episode outside. I'll be able to do it without the sun killing us and everything. So we'll give that a shot. I did need to go get some sand for the base because those things are top heavy. In fact, it fell over while I was setting up. It was the big cantilevering ones. I found one on Amazon for $85. Pretty cheap. It's not going to last more than a few years. I'm aware of this. That's okay. I've got this habit. I'm curious if you guys are like me like this. Historically, I would buy middle end, higher end things for something that's new. Meaning, I've never had an umbrella like this. How much am I going to use it? I don't know. I've had multiple years without an umbrella. I did just fine, but I've been thinking I would like one. So instead of buying a nicer one for $300 or $400, or the real nice ones for like $600, bought one with the sand, with the base. I think it was about $110, $120. If it gets me a few years, and then I realize, oh, I liked this one, but I didn't like this about it. Now I can step up. Instead of buying a $600 one or a $400 one and saying, oh yeah, I guess I'm stuck with this forever. It's okay to have things that don't last forever. You guys are funny. You guys are too funny. was the majority of my day. Today is an interesting day. I have some family visiting for estate-related stuff for my father. They will be sorting through some things. These are people I haven't seen in a very long time. And I have no idea how the day is going to go. I'm going to try and get work done, but I don't even know if I'll be able to. I don't know how long they'll be here. I think it's just today. It'll be interesting. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I'm going to drink some coffee while I contemplate how to transition. I shouldn't have even brought that up. I just knocked myself into a corner with that. I'm nervous. I'll be really honest, you guys. I'm nervous about this. This the whole situation. This family I haven't seen in a long time, which makes me nervous. There's an emotional situation here. My father's stuff, that makes me nervous. Not quite knowing my role in all of this makes me nervous. And the fact that, how do I say it? These sorts of situations, it's not uncommon for people to get emotional. And that makes me nervous. So I think I'm going to do my best to hide in the office and do work. But I also had a whole bunch of lumber delivered yesterday for more raised beds for the garden. So I may, in order to stay near them so I can be accommodating, but still get something done, I may build beds. We'll see. It's going to be another nice day. In fact, it's going to be warmer today than yesterday. It's going to be 75. Yesterday said it was going to be 73, and it was actually like 78, 79 in some spots. So, yeah, it's going to be close to 80. Frank says, if you do get a new umbrella, you'll have to make sure that the people you get it from aren't too shady. Stacy's offering advice. Stay grounded. Remember to squidge your feet in the grass. I don't know what squidge means. I can infer, but I'm not quite sure what squidge means. Take care, Andy. You have a good day as well. Yeah, let's hop over here. Let's hop over to the quotes. Frank sent us some stuff. Thank you as always to you, Frank. On this day in 1994, Nelson Mandela was inaugurated as the first Black president of South Africa. Let's see what we can learn from this wise man. And as we hear these quotes, let's see if there are any similarities to martial arts. I remember when he was freed. I remember barely being old enough to realize how big of a deal it was. And feeling really sad about the whole situation in South Africa. Anyway, number one, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. I had somebody reach out, somebody who's been on the show before. They asked for some content for their blog. And I said, I can verbalize things faster than I can type them. So what if I send you some video? So I sent them some video. But one of the questions this person asked me to answer was, how do you become proficient? That's a really simple answer. You just keep going. And this reminds me of that. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. You've got a direction, you've got a goal, a target, whatever you want to call it. And you just keep working towards it. Whatever that direction is, whatever that goal is. And you make sure that you're biting off small pieces. You're wandering in that direction. And you get there eventually. Probably much more time than you think it's going to take, but you just keep going because that's all you can do is just keep going. That's all we have is persistence. And I think people undervalue that. Number two, if you want the cooperation of humans around you, you must make them feel they are important. And you do that by being genuine and humble. What's the easiest way to make people feel important? Allow them to do things that are important. This is why we have such a broad team with Whistlekick now. This is why people are willing to put in work and help us get stuff done. Because they know that the things I'm asking of them actually do matter. I don't give people busy work. Oh, you want to take something off my plate? Sweet. Here you go. Oh, this is bigger than I thought it was going to be. Yes. Yes, it is, because it matters. If you want to do something smaller or different, we can do that. But if you're leaving it up to me, this is what I want you to do. And then part B, by being genuine and humble. I think genuine is simple. Simple, it's that simple but not easy dynamic that we've talked about so often. It's simple to be genuine. It's not easy. Genuine, authentic. There's a vulnerability in that. Not everyone is comfortable being vulnerable. Vulnerable is scary. Vulnerable requires trust. As one of my mentors has told me many times, there's a strength in vulnerability. I try to remember that. And of course, humility. I was having a conversation with someone the other day talking about ego in the martial arts. They were asking, what this is someone who doesn't do martial arts, and what is it about martial arts that makes what you're doing different? I was quite happy to talk about that. And so we had a conversation about ego and what unchecked ego does. We were talking about where ego occurs in a lot of the rest of the world. And this is reminding me of that. Humility. It's kind of the end of the sentence, isn't it? Let's move on. My brain is off today. I am distracted. I admit it. I apologize. I'll be better tomorrow. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Yes and no. Because here's the thing. In a large swath of the world, what we refer to as education is not. Let's take it from a martial arts perspective. Let's imagine that the only way people knew how to spar was by using predefined sequences of movements. If someone throws a kick, you can do this sequence of 2, or this one of 4, maybe this one of 6. And if they kick higher, you can do this. And it's all call and response. It's all memorization. That when someone presents a couple things, you've got a few things in your toolbox to respond with. And you are never encouraged or supported in breaking those sequences down and constructing your own and understanding the principles behind them. That is the way a lot, I'm not going to say most, a lot of educational contexts are handled in the West. What is far more important than memorizing facts and figures that, let's face it, you could pull up at any time. And if they are important to remember, you will remember them. You probably have some of them in your profession. I don't need to look up what this is or that is or this is because I use it every day. Memorizing pi, 3.14159, that's as far as I got. Memorizing pi is not relevant. It teaches you how to memorize things. Well, I don't know. It's a terribly important skill. There's a quote that I wrote that has been circulated a couple of times on social media. Oh, it remind me, I'll tell you something about social media quotes in a moment. Something fun going on there. We take our techniques, and from those techniques, we learn principles. And then it's the principles that we've learned that inform what techniques we are training. You start with some very basic forms and you start to learn how things go together, but you reach a point where you're okay, do your own thing. Sparring, self-defense, whatever that free-form movement is. You need the foundation in order to take those steps, because if you turn someone loose on day one with no options, they just kind of freeze there and they don't know what to do. But in all cases, education should involve people being able to refer back to the principles that have been taught for them to start developing their own progress. Oh, thank you. Stacy's giving me permission. It's okay. You are, dare I say it, genuine. It's okay to be off when you're in community. Thank you. I appreciate that. So if we consider education as the way I'm defining it, the way that it is not often done, because it's harder to assess. It's harder to have standardized testing that determines if someone's actually learned than if they can regurgitate facts and figures and construct sentences. Then yes, I agree. Education is important, critical. But we have conflated education with the ability to memorize and regurgitate facts. And those are not the same thing. We seem to forget that intelligence is not how much stuff you have lodged in your brain that you can repeat at any given time. Intelligence is the ability to process information. There are plenty of people out there who have terrible memories and they're brilliant. There are plenty of people who are intelligent in a narrow context, still intelligence. Education should be supporting the development of one's ability to reach their goals. If I want to go be a blacksmith, I can be educated in becoming a better blacksmith. If I want to be a better martial artist, if I want to be a better tournament karate fighter, I can become more educated in that way. Education has to have a goal. Otherwise, it's exposure, it's memorization. It doesn't really make people smarter. I like this quote. Mark says, formal education gets you a job. Self-education makes you rich. That's a Jim Rohn quote. I like it. All right. Now, yesterday, over on the Facebook page, I asked, what is a community? And I got a couple answers, and I'm going to read these. Yeah, I'll post this. All right, we'll share that tab. Here we go. Then it says a community is the bringing together of individuals working toward common goals, where as each member works to elevate themselves, they empower the entire group to rise. I like that. Rising tide lifts all ships. As a martial arts community, here's the thing that really bums me out about the infighting in the martial arts. If we looked at what we all did as similar, and then we looked at it as close enough that if we shared and supported, we would all get better, where would we be? If I have witnessed in certain areas when there is more collaboration among a variety of schools who train in a variety of different things, those schools produce better students. It's an attitude within the schools. They get better from cross training, from attending each other's competitions and seminars. It's really remarkable. And then I think about areas where it's very insular and students are not exposed to anything outside their own school, their own primary instructor. And once in a while, somebody from one of those schools will wander into a whistlekick event and they struggle. They struggle because they've been taught that, in a lot of cases, this is the only way to do this. And so now they're being asked to do it in a slightly different way, and they just can't do it. There's more than one way. Maybe there's a better way, given context, but there's more than one way. And Dennis's definition here is very much what whistlekick is about. Community is the bringing together of individuals working toward common goals to connect, educate, and entertain. Whereas each member works to elevate themselves, they empower the entire group to rise. As we support traditional martial artists and they remain training and become better and happier, they will engage with others, bring them in, retain them, and we all win. And Stacy's. A community is a place where people are welcomed, challenged, but not bullied, loved, but not blindly, where you can be truly seen and not just tolerated, but celebrated. A place of many voices, songs, experiences, a place that lifts others up, but most of all, a place you can show up in all your parts, broken, strong, joyful, or quiet. A community is a place where you can truly find yourself. There are two really strong sentiments, one in each of those. Dennis's sentiment is about the group, the benefit of being part of a community. Stacy's comes across to me as the safety of being in a community. And I think those are two absolutely critical elements of a community. The community benefits from the participation of the individuals, and the individual benefits from the safety of being part of the community. If we wanted to be really formal about this, we could talk about it as it relates to the social contract. We're not going to do that because those terms have been co-opted a bit. People don't really understand quite what the social contract means. And I also have some differing perspectives on social contract than I used to. But there you go. Community. By the way, a wonderful TV show. If you have not seen Community, I think it's the best role Chevy Chase ever had. Probably the least annoying role Joel McHale has ever had. It's also the role that gave rise to Donald Glover. Yeah. It's a great show. Netflix? Pretty sure it's on Netflix. You should check it out if you haven't. Nothing to do with martial arts. Someday we will be able to produce martial arts television shows. I look forward to that day. I have no idea how far out we are. All right. Thanks, everyone. I think I have more stuff to mail out today. Man, those swag packs, you guys are ordering them like crazy. It's super fun. It really is to sit down. You know, I like sending orders out. I do. It's really fun to sit down and say, oh, okay, how many of these do I send out today? 7? Okay. And I sit down and see what I got and put some stuff together and print out a coupon code that you don't know. Half of the people get their $5 back. Everybody else gets something more. And the economics of it work because people buy something and we make a little bit of money on the thing that they buy later, and it tends to work out. And there are 2 things on the way to add into the swag packs. We're just going to keep adding stuff. We're just going to keep going because it's fun. I like being able to bring in new stickers and whatever else. So if you want to support us, you can do that. You can get a swag pack. You can buy any number of things at whistlekick.com. If you use the code FIRSTCUP15, it'll get you 15% off. And yeah, if you want to use the 15% off, if you want to save, what is that? 75 cents. Oh, there's a dog walking down the road. Just somebody's big yellow lab walking down the road. If you want to use your 15% off code on it, that's fine. You can also get something like this mug, not this shirt, but sweatpants. There's all kinds of stuff. If you want to leave us a review, that would be awesome. Ratings, reviews. You can join the Patreon. If you want the whole list, it's whistlekick.com/family. If you've got questions, if you've got comments, things like that, we'll probably go a little bit deeper on community. I'll think about a question or topic for us to dig into for tomorrow. That's over at the Facebook page, facebook.com/firstcupwithjeremy. And remember, we do the show every weekday, 6:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like today, we're on Twitch. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are on Twitter. Please make a Twitch account and follow, please. I really don't want to have to, I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't get us up to 50. Give up on Twitch? I'm not sure. So that's where we're at. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks for coming by. Thank you for understanding that I'm distracted. Some days are distracting. Tomorrow I will likely be less distracted. I show up as I am. That's all I can do. Take care, everyone. Be well. See you tomorrow.